Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Abandon Bitcoin for gold. Let's explore. Yes, indeed, that is the call, the rallying cry, it seems, as of late. Bitcoin is not being talked about a whole lot, other than the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency scammers that we see infiltrating our channels. Oftentimes, it's an infection, and you can always report those comments if you so desire. But what's going on? Bitcoin is about to lose luster. Its luster, it is still up considerably compared to what it was before the big craze came along. Many people would have laughed at you if Bitcoin ever got to the same value per ounce as an ounce of gold. In other words, about $2,000 a Bitcoin. That would be considered a bargain. It's over 10 times that now, but it's taken quite a pullback. But there are some people that I've seen that have traded in their Bitcoin for gold. I did it. I did that back in 2020. And one of the big jump ups in price, not at the all-time high, but I dabbled a little bit in Bitcoin and got out fairly quickly once I saw it kind of go up. And in fact, it was a transaction that I did with my local coin shop. I posted a video about it during the time, bought some gold eagles with it. And so, yes, indeed, it is quite something to see when these alternative assets that are out there, such as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, people have made a killing on them. It is quite an investment strategy, but it is very volatile. You must have a strong stomach for it. In fact, some people think you need a strong stomach for gold and silver as well, and you do. But gold and silver certainly have performed as much more stable assets than Bitcoin has, at least over the course of a period of time. Again, you can pick any two dates and make any of these assets look really great and others not so much. And that is kind of the perspective we have. What does gold and silver do? Well, they act as hedges against economic instability. Bitcoin is still kind of wet behind the ears as a store of value. I'm going to be referencing an article and a infographic here from visualcapitalist.com. And how much gold is a Bitcoin worth now? I think this is kind of an interesting way to kind of look at how much Bitcoin is worth in terms of gold. And one Bitcoin, if you measured it by gold, it's about just under a pound. It's 12.6 troy ounces of gold. You can hold it in the palm of your hand in a cube size about just over an inch. And Bitcoin's value is around $22,600 as of the creation of this infographic here. And so that's kind of interesting to see how Bitcoin is valued. You can fit it in the palm of your hand with something tangible. And many people refer to Bitcoin as digital gold, even though it's highly intangible. But exactly how much gold is a Bitcoin worth? And that shows you in terms of its comparison to gold. Now, why do they call it digital gold? Well, it's often called that because it is outside of the financial system, just like gold is. It's independent of that. It's dependent on other factors and other things that gold is not. But gold is the ultimate way to be independent from any of the financial institutions. It is incorruptible. Bitcoin, though, is corruptible, at least in terms of how it's traded because of the counterparty risk involved. Even though it is very secure, it is not without some drawbacks like privacy issues and the like. But let's take a look at this a little bit deeper in this infographic. If you enjoyed content like this, I hope you will consider pressing the notification bell, maybe pressing the like button as well. But here is Bitcoin's market cap. Look at that. It's interesting that its value is $432.7 billion, which equates to about 8,288 tons of gold. Now, those are U.S. tons. There's metric tons, and then there's the imperial tons there. And that's just over what we have in the United States of America in our reserves here, because I think we have 8,100 tons of gold in our reserves that the U.S. government holds, if you believe that it's stored in the Fed Bank of New York and also in Fort Knox and several other places too. But regardless, that is how much gold they tell us is stored. Now let's look at 2021's gold production. And how is gold produced? Well, it's mined. It's much similar to, in a way, to how Bitcoin is produced. It's mined too. So about 3,924 tons of gold have been mined in 2021 with a value of $204.9 million. So obviously it would take, for the value of Bitcoin, it would take maybe a year and a half or a year and a quarter's worth of mining to equate to the market cap of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is mined differently. It is mined using GPU and CPU processing power from farms, definitely around the world, utilizing a lot of energy in order to produce Bitcoin. Gold and silver as well is mined utilizing a lot of energy in the ground to produce an ounce of gold, or any kind of gold is produced out of the ground. So mining done in different ways, one using computers and energy in that regard, others using mechanized equipment in order to, and other processes to refine it. So there's, yes indeed. So gold been that store of value in recessions and financial crisis, but over the last decade, Bitcoin has started to steal its thunder, sometimes even being dubbed digital gold. The cryptocurrency has echoed gold's epic booms and busts, except with much more volatility. Yes, indeed. While most people have held gold in the form of jewelry or in other electronic devices, Bitcoin remains a physically intangible asset that is stored on digital ledgers and secured with cryptographic keys. You can get a hardware wallet, but essentially that holds the data inside of it, and that is intangible. And so that is how the prices came from TradingView, and we'd see that $22,600 at the time of the visualization, according to that 2.7 centimeter, just over 1 inch. Fits in the palm of your hand. Pretty interesting. Now this is a fascinating part of this. Got the found quite interesting to see here. In its short 13-year lifespan, Bitcoin has grown tremendously to reach nearly $500 billion in market capitalization currently, but compared to gold, it's still small compared to gold. Gold has a very big market, well established, obviously. Just 2021's gold production was worth nearly half of Bitcoin's entire market cap. In fact, with gold's market cap estimated to be around $11.7 trillion, it's more than 20 times larger than that of the cryptocurrencies. Now that's just Bitcoin, but even if you add the other cryptocurrencies to it, it's not going to reach gold's value or its market cap. But think about that. An $11.7 trillion market cap, and what is the debt of the United States? $31 trillion almost. So that gives you some comparison there. We have a very expensive debt and a lot of derivatives out there that add to it. While at first this might seem like a drawback for Bitcoin, its small market cap has partially enabled its stratospheric price increases in bull runs. But due to Bitcoin's smaller market cap, money flowing into Bitcoin results in larger percentage increase than the same amount of money flowed into gold, saving the cryptocurrency more potential upside, but also much more volatility as money moves in and out. While gold has long been a safe haven asset for a store of value for investors, in 2021, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies got all the attention as the Orange Coin's price surged by 59% and reached an all-time high of $69,000. However, at the start of 2022, Bitcoin's price has fallen by almost half, 49%, and is more than 65% from its all-time high last year. As a result of this volatility, Bitcoin is now below any price traded in 2021, meaning anyone who bought Bitcoin in 2021 and held on is now down on their investment. But gold fell by only 4% in 2021 and is down another 2% in 2022. While gold buyers of 2021 are also down on the investment, they've had a much smoother ride with smaller losses along the way, and that's what gold is about. And many people say, well, gold should not have fallen at all. But we are certainly living in unusual times, and also think about where we are at in terms of the economy and the pressures with the dollar index, and also the recession that we are now in. That is having an effect, and likely we won't see gold really react until further down the road because of that. Whatever lies ahead for these two unique assets in terms of the market cap size, returns, and volatility, digital gold, that Bitcoin has a long way to go before it catches up to the real thing, and people, I think, are realizing that, and I think that's one of the reasons why we are seeing people kind of abandoning Bitcoin and moving more towards gold as the ultimate store of value. And that's what we are looking to happen here with gold, as people abandon Bitcoin. Now, some people aren't abandoning Bitcoin, but just pulling back and how much money they're putting into it. And so we will see what happens with these metals, with the gold and Bitcoin in the coming year ahead. Will more and more people abandon Bitcoin and move into gold? Gold's investment, or stacking the physical, has gone up, has increased. There's been a lot more demand for the metal. And I think that's part of it. And I think that trend will probably continue. Gold is a safe, proven asset. Bitcoin is very volatile. And we've not really seen Bitcoin react in a hyperinflationary environment or in a huge recession like we saw during the Great Recession. And I think people are nervous about that, seeing how it will react during those circumstances. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.